it's Kira, and I have an album share today. So this album I created for my husband for Valentine's Day, and it kind of started because, I was on a podcast recently. I was on the Simple Scrapper podcast, and she asked if there was any like bucket list items, like things I wanted to scrap that I haven't scrapped before. And I said basically anything involving my husband, I would love to actually get down in an album. I've never scrapped about how we met or anything about us. I don't really scrap about him at all. So I started when I got a stamp set, and it kind of sparked a story that I wanted to tell, which kind of led into this entire album for him. And so I created this in about a month. I was like, I'm gonna get this done by Valentine's Day, and I was able to get it done by Valentine's Day, which I'm surprised with myself. But anyways, I wanted to jump on here and share it with you guys in case anyone was interested in seeing. You can read most of the stories or most of the layouts are posted on my Instagram, and you can zoom in and read all of the journaling if you're really that interested. I was actually a little surprised how many people are interested in reading the journaling in this. So just so you know, a lot of the stories are on there. I'm kind of an open book, so I got nothing to hide. So let's just jump right in. So I called this album Signed, Sealed, Delivered, The Story of Us, because me and my husband met at the post office. So there's some postal themed stuff kind of in it. And my friend Natalie had suggested You've Got Mail, and that kind of sparked this title instead. So yeah, that's my title. I just used like some thickers from my stash. I just grabbed some pink thickers and black and gold and kind of mismatched them, and then these are all the same alpha, obviously. And then the paper is just a digital paper from it's like a Crate Paper Valentine's Day collection, I think. So there's that. So this is the first layout I came up with. And this is kind of what sparked the entire album. So these little cassette tapes here are from this stamp set here. This is from Feed Your Craft. I'm actually an affiliate for Feed Your Craft this year, so I will link my affiliate link in the description box if you're interested in checking out any of their products. I do get a small percentage of any sales that are made through that link, just so you're aware. But I used that to make these little cassette tapes, and then I just journaled about, it's kind of about how we met at the post office and kind of what got us talking to each other. And then I made a modern mixtape. I made him a little Spotify playlist and included a QR code, so he can just scan this when he's looking at it, and it'll pull up the playlist that I made him. And then this page, this is just like an insert I added later. So I created this layout, and then I added some inserts, and that's kind of how the whole album goes, and you'll kind of see how it's put together. But this insert was added later, and so I just talked about how we have similar taste in music and also movies and blah, blah, blah. So after I created this layout, then I was like, okay, I want to create this album for him. And so I started writing down like our story and kind of like how we got together and all that stuff. And I did not type up, like, I didn't type up this and then make a layout and then type up this and make it layout. I typed up everything and then split it into pages that kind of made sense in like a layout format. So this kind of talks about our first date. I made this layout on YouTube, so I will link it below if you haven't checked it out. But these printables are free for me. I created these printables so you can download those if you're interested. But this layout's up there if you want to see a closer look on how this came together. And then the story just continues. So it just talks about kind of just a moment that we had together at the post office before we were together. I created this layout for the Tons stamps. They had an Instagram hop, and so these are dies from the Tons, and I'll try and link as much below as I remember to, but I'm not very good at remembering to link stuff below, so no promises. And then I added this insert later, so like I would, because I wrote everything down, I wrote like the entire story, but then I would like go back and be like, oh, this is another story I want to include in there, so I would like add like an insert where it told another story that's not really connected to this story, but it's kind of, it just gives you the whole picture of us, I suppose. So this I just typed up and, you know, printed it out on white cardstock, and I thought it looked a little plain, so I took some more stamps. These stamps are from the stamp market, so I just stamped them up so it kind of went with the color scheme of this page. And then this page was kind of about how we picked out our son's name. Because of the nature of our relationship, we don't have a lot of pictures from our first year, I'd say, of us together. So I just included pictures that like this was from like the first year together. This was one of the first pictures. I think this was the first picture we ever took together, but they don't necessarily go with the story. Like I didn't have a picture of our first date, so like I took pictures of the post office where we met and where our first date was. So this picture was about how we picked out our son's name, and he was named after my father-in-law, so I just included a picture of my father-in-law in the album. So this page, this goes together, and then this was a story I kind of added later. This was made with, these are Tons stamps. They're like the layered stamps they have, these little leaves. And then I just layered them behind a cut file I created and then put the picture behind there. This is just another picture of us. We don't have a lot of pictures of us. We're not big selfie takers, so you know, the pictures we have are the pictures we have. So this was like, I think I was pregnant with Elliot when we took this picture. And yeah, so these little cards are from Citrus Twist. They're digitals. This page I made with a digital collection. The collection is Kiss Kiss, I believe, Crate Papers Kiss Kiss. It's a super old collection, I believe. I mean, it came out before I started scrapbooking, but it was on sale on the AC Digital's website, so I went and snagged it, along with 2 other collections for like $10, so kind of a good deal. So I just, again, this is all the same story, just kind of linked together and split up in a way that makes sense. And then this story does kind of just go together, so I had to make the typing a little bit smaller so it all fit on here, and it kind of goes along with this picture. This is how we told my mother-in-law that we were pregnant the first time. We had this little countdown to grandbaby thing that we gave her for Christmas. And then I just added this little insert later. This talks about our first fight. And then this one talks about our dog Manning. And then here we have our first vacation to Las Vegas. We went on a baby moon when I was like 6 months pregnant. So this is a picture of us in Las Vegas during that time. And then this is a cut file I created. So it's like a layered cut file, and I'm kind of obsessed with making layered cut files at the moment. But yeah, so I just drew this cut file and then cut it out. These are all cardstock warehouse papers. This chartreuse, this like greenish yellow color here, is my favorite right now. I've been using it in everything that I use. I just love that color. And then this talks about our proposal. So when Chris proposed to me, I wouldn't let him propose to me until after after we had Jonathan. I didn't want him to feel like he had to propose to me. So he waited until Jonathan was 6 months old before he proposed. And he proposed by setting up a treasure hunt around the house. So it was really fun. And at the end of the treasure hunt, he wrote this letter to me. So this is just a picture of the letter. I have the actual original letter, but it wouldn't fit in here because it was kind of big. So I just took a picture and included that in there. And then this layout is using some more stamps from Feed Your Craft. And so this is the stamp set here. Again, I will put my affiliate link down below if you're interested in grabbing any of these stamps. But you'll be able, if you go to my Instagram, you'll be able to see a more detailed view of this layout. But this just talks about how you would think I'd just be ready to get married by the time Chris proposed to me, but I just wanted to have another baby. So we kind of did things out of order in our relationship. We like got together, got pregnant right away, and then got engaged, and then had another baby. So and eventually we did get married, but yeah, we kind of did things out of order. So this just talks about how I just wanted to, you know, expand our family at this point, and then I just included this insert of just all of our family. So it's us as a family. This is from Halloween a while ago. Our puppy Rainier. These are our 2 cats. You can't see Biscuit, but he's back there. That's Waffles in the front. Manning is our dog. He lives in Alaska now. This is Folsom, who you guys, if you've been following me, you know he passed away about a year ago. And then obviously my boys right there. And then this talks about how we decided to elope, which did not please a lot of people, but it was the best decision I think that we made. So this layout, I just punched out a bunch of cardstock. These are, again, all cardstock warehouse papers. I just punched them out and then stitched on top of them. Just talked about our elopement. This layout, I'm only going to give you a sneak of, because it's going to be on YouTube in a couple days. So do a little sneak, and then you don't get any more than that. So the page that I did not show, it talks about our personality types. I'm really into Myers-Briggs and Enneagram, so I just want to talk about how different me and Chris are with those personality tests and how we're kind of just like opposites attract. So that's what that page is about. And then this final page here, I wrote a letter to Chris, just, you know, of course saying that I love him and I'm happy in our life together, and that I made this album to kind of, you know, pass on our story so our kids will know how we met and how our relationship grew. So that's just a letter to him. And then a list of all the things that I love about him. I mean, not all the things, but some of the things I love about him. I would not be able to fit all of the things on one piece of paper, so that's just some of the things I love about him. And then this page is a photo of us. This is probably the most recent photo of us, which is still like a year ago that we took this. And then this cut file is another layered cut file that I created and then put together using cardstock warehouse papers. And then the final page just says, I'm yours. So signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. And that is the album. I hope you guys like this. If you have any questions about anything in particular that I made, let me know in the comments below. I hopefully will get back to you. I'm still getting back into the groove about having a YouTube channel and like responding to comments and stuff. So hopefully I will get back to you if you do have a question, but hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. Bye.